Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the week of November 7th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you. Now I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot as well as the Angel Answers Oracle deck. As always, there are links to all of these decks that I use here on the channel in the description below. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. And all right, I'm going to be doing a pyramid spread here. So let me make sure we're all set up. And we'll go ahead and put this right here. Okay. Cool. All right. I think that looks just about good enough to me. So, all right, Leo. So right now, it seems like there's been sudden changes that led to a new beginning here in the past for you. Okay, there's something in the past here that might have shocked you. Okay, and this could be connected to money. This could be connected to an opportunity, a gift or an invitation from the universe here. And I don't get a bad vibe, but what I do feel is that for some of you, there is coming up here in the future, there's something that you must take the leap of faith on. And there is something here that you must walk away from in the future. There's something that here that is sort of, you know what I just heard? Something connected to a lesson. It's like the universe here really wanted to get your attention in the past. And it was an opportunity to learn something. And basically, the universe wants to make sure that you've learned it. Okay? So nothing to fear, but this is what I'm kind of feeling that is coming into my mind here. So in the overall situation, you do have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords will look at a situation in a completely objective way. Okay, in a completely unbiased way. They will practice non-judgment, so to speak. And the truth is, sometimes we have to lay all the facts on the table. And we have to separate fact from fiction. And that is something that the King of Swords is very good at doing. Okay, this is a very it's like a what you see is what you get. Okay, what are the facts? You know, what is fake type of deal. And, you know, the King of Swords is somebody who will absolutely give you a fair shot. Now, that implies, though, that you must also, you know, bring everything that you need to bring to the table, right? You need to make sure that you are showing up and that you're on top of your stuff. And so there's something here about objectivity that's coming to my mind as I'm looking at this reading here. And I think being honest with yourself is I think coming in. Because in the past here, Leo, you have the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles. So the Tower is the collapse of a false belief in our life. Something that we thought was stable actually not being stable at all. Another way of looking at the Tower is that this can be a sudden shock or surprise. It can be an upheaval. However, it's typically a blessing in disguise, because as painful and as shocking as the event may be, it always leads us to the path of the star. It always leads us to do something better in our lives. And not only that, but you have it here with the Ace of Pentacles, which you can see the hand coming out of the cloud. This is symbolism for some sort of invitation, gift, or offer from the universe, okay? And I do think that, you know, this is showing up in a pretty heavy way for you here, where some of you may have just had some type of event that you didn't see coming that has forced you into a new path, or that has sort of led you to discover a new beginning or a new opportunity here. I would say that this is generally pretty good. However, what I feel is that there is one thing, or there is, yeah, maybe one thing that you're still holding on to. You have an attachment to something. The tower, theoretically should wipe out attachments. That's the idea, because basically, if you were living in a house of cards and the house of cards collapses and you still aren't doing anything, like there's not much that you can do, right? If the house of cards collapses, what are you gonna do? Build another house of cards? I guess you could. I guess you could build another house of cards, but the idea is that you don't do that. And so basically, I feel like there's been an opportunity here in the past for you to go in a new direction. And, it would be, according to this reading, I can't tell you what to do, but according to this reading, with the King of Swords in the middle, wise to look at that. It would be wise to look at that. Now, in the future, you have the Eight of Cups and the Five of Cups here. So, this person here on the Eight of Cups card, I love the Eight of Cups because this person here is walking away from something that doesn't work for them anymore. Okay, they're walking away from a disappointing situation. They are taking a step of empowerment towards the future. They're taking an empowering step forward. And what's interesting for you is you have this here with the Five of Cups, which is a disappointment in the tarot. Okay, it's a melancholy feeling, it's a melancholy energy, it's a disappointing situation. However, if you look here, there are two cups behind this person upright, meaning that there is always a bright side in life. There is always something to look forward to in life. So for you, I do feel like you are really being called here to walk away from something that simply doesn't work anymore. Something that simply doesn't work for you. Something that's disappointing you. And essentially, I almost feel like this, which is to say that I almost feel like the universe is forcing your hand here. In other words, I feel like there's an opportunity to get something right, but it's going to require that you take the action, that you walk away, like this person here on the Eight of Cups card is doing. It's like there's an opportunity to sort of metaphorically here get your act together. Okay? That's what I feel. So I got to go with it. So let's go ahead and let's continue moving up the pyramid here and see what else we have. So we have the Sun card. Kind of some tough love for Leo here. Got to be real with you. But I know you can handle it. You have the Sun card. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Queen of Cups. And you have the Magician. All right. So I like whatever happened here in the past, despite the Tower. Okay, despite the Tower. I really like whatever's been going on here in the past. It may have, I truly feel this is a blessing in disguise energy. And the reason is the Sun, for me, is the best card in the tarot. It is the best omen to find in a tarot reading. It's total positivity, total happiness, and success in one's life. Okay, now this does say that you need to make sure that you are taking the opportunity to fully express yourself. And so what does that mean? That means live in your truth. It means live in your truth. And what I will say is that there is something here about the truth that is coming in for you at this time, Leo, with the King of Swords and the Sun being a card of truth. What is the truth? It's almost like be very careful of dipping into denial or be very careful of like sort of masking the truth of this situation or pushing the truth back or behind or away. You're supposed to look at the truth right now. And, what fell out for you here with the Tower? Why did it fall out? Why did it fall out? What was the significance of that? What am I supposed to learn from this situation? Because I'll tell you, there is a big opportunity for you to learn. The word here is opportunity because you have the Ace of the Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. Okay, double aces is a strong new beginning in your life. Okay, the Ace of Wands particularly is a very amazing card for physically starting something new, but you have to do it. You have to do it. Okay, both aces in tarot, you will see the hand come out of the cloud. That is an invitation from the universe. That's what that symbolism talks about. Okay, it's the universe saying, here you go. Here's your new start. Here's your opportunity. But you got to make the best of it. And I get a sense that you are going to come up to this sort of turning point here in the future where it's like, okay, you recognize that there's this opportunity to grow and to move in a new direction and to go forward. And, you know, I think that's what this is about. But the good news is you have the gift of opportunity, okay? You have the gift of opportunity here. You have this Queen of Cups. You know, this is trusting your intuition. This could also be somebody who helps you at an emotional level, such as a therapist, or maybe somebody else in your life. I do say that the Queen of Cups is like a traditional therapist in the tarot. You can find that definition as well if you look up the Queen of Cups. But it's like also connecting to your emotions. I do think, okay, so it's interesting. So air and water, swords and cups. So what does that mean? Air is the logical side of your life or your brain, and the cups is the emotional side of your life or your brain. Left brain, right brain. You're looking at I think what you're doing is you're putting down the logic and you're putting down the way that you feel. And you're kind of taking a look at that right now. You're making a list. And you have this Magician card as well, which is all about manifesting. So you do have an opportunity to move away from something here. But again, this is the theme. The issue with the Magician is not talent. It's not skill. They've got a whole boatload, a whole truckload of talent and skill. The issue with the Magician is they need to act. Okay? They need to take action. That's the problem. So we see you taking action with the Eight of Cups, and I feel like that's a big message for you. So let's go ahead and let's get our Oracle cards, which it looks like we have here. All right. So let's take a look at these two together. So you have within the next few months, and there's something better. Okay. So it might take a little bit of time here to work through this situation, and then compromise and unlikely. So the unlikely thing, this is making sense. So the unlikely thing here is this Tower moment. Okay, you weren't expecting it. It was unlikely. Like, I'm getting more of like surprising, right? Compromise. This is the King of Swords energy. Okay, King of Swords is the scales. It's Libra energy, right? And so you have to look at something objectively. You know, you have to give something up to get something else, so to speak. And in life, you know, in life and in relationships, you know, we have to make compromises. And so, you know, I think that this is also pretty heavy theme for you at this time in this reading. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what else we have. So we have Six of Pentacles, another scale energy here. We have the Hermit. And we have the Seven of Wands. Cool. So the Six of Pentacles with the scale, right? This is now a major theme in this reading. Scales can indicate karma. Karma is the accumulation of our actions. I've been talking about actions in this reading the entire time. Are your actions in alignment with where you should be going, where you want to be going? You know, oftentimes it's the way that we respond during upheavals that can really, you know, lead us to, that can really measure the amount of growth that we're doing as a person. And, you know, I do think that there is something here around, you know, taking appropriate action in the past. Again, I almost feel like the universe is like, okay, it's kind of like forcing your hand here with the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands, indicating this idea of not backing down. And I almost feel like the universe is like, okay, if you didn't get it over here, it's time to get it now. You know, if you didn't get it back then, it's time to get it now. And, you know, we can call this a test from the universe if you want to. And the test for you is to let go of the melancholy situation that you may find yourself in right now, or that you may be in right now, the disappointment, which, by the way, you have the free will choice to do that at any time. You know, things can always get better in life. I fundamentally believe that. I'm not just BSing you. I fundamentally believe that if you want to change your mindset, if you want to shift your mindset, you can absolutely do that. I will say this: positive thinking is a net positive, negative thinking is a net negative. But you get to choose, right? The Hermit, this is taking time to be introspective and to find your guiding light, or to find your star in life. Interestingly enough, the card that comes after the Tower is the Star. And so I do think you recognize, I do think that there's a level of, self-reflection here and introspectiveness, that, if that's a word, we'll make it a word, that is kind of coming to surface here for you. You have the Knight of Pentacles, and you also have, the Knight of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So, these cards here, Knights indicate events in the tarot, and indicates, situations happening quickly, developments, all of that. The Knight of Pentacles would indicate results coming in, and the Knight of Cups would indicate some sort of happy event arriving. And, again, I think this is a big push for you to move in that direction of anything that makes you happy, and move away from anything that's not working for you, that's making you unhappy. Move away from that, At the top of the pyramid, amazing. It's exactly what you would love to see in a reading like this. You have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the other side of abundance, and that is to say that abundance is not just about money, like physical money. Okay, abundance is also about happiness, and the Ten of Cups could be described as a windfall of happiness in your life. It is finding the last cup at the end of the rainbow. It is completing the journey of the Suit of Cups, as 10 is the last card in the Ten of Cups, or in the Cup suit. Meaning you are completing something that will make you very happy. You can see the family here on the card. It is a sign of good family energy and good times and good vibes just overall. So I love to see that for you. I do think that you successfully walk away here, but with this Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck, this is not a time to give up. This is a time for you to hear what the universe is saying to you, which is, it's almost like I said, the universe is sort of forcing your hand here, in that you have an ability to manifest something important, manifest some type of happiness, clearly with the Sun and the Ten of Cups, but it's all about the actions that you take. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.